Welcome to the Zen Zone. Zen Lee here, the man with the most EUC views in the history of EUC. My YouTube channel has reached 33 million views. We have almost 20 members on the channel. I appreciate all of you for making this happen. The goal is to hit 50,000 subs by the end of the year. I think it's a possible goal, a tough one, but we can make it happen. If you want to help out, smash that like button, leave a comment, watch the video all the way through. It really helps out with the algorithm, which is kind of against EUC riders. It kind of sees it as a dangerous act, so anything you can do to support the video is much appreciated. This video is my 500-mile review of the Leapercam Oryx. This wheel is my personal favorite out of all the wheels I've ever ridden. And I've ridden a lot of wheels throughout my time from all the different brands. This one is my favorite for my body type, for my riding style, for my interest. I love this wheel. I love the size of it. I love the weight of it, except when you're lifting it into a car, my back is a bit sore. I had to lift it into a car for the first time by myself. It was extremely difficult and you could injure yourself very easily. I did have a little bit of help though, but even then, it's not so easy to get into your car. I definitely recommend coming up with some technique so that you don't hurt your back or get a hernia lifting this beast into your car. Lifting it into a car is not something I have to do very often. In fact, I'm kind of living the car-free life. Since I've been back in the US, I have not bought a new car. I like not having to pay insurance and registration, and a car payment is really nice here in Vegas because we have so many bike paths and it's easy to get around on an electric unicycle, and the weather is never really too bad that you can't ride. There are very, very rare situations where it's just too windy or it's raining, but the rain, it's never really rained or rained so hard that I couldn't ride. I would just cover up the screen and keep the wheel from getting water damage. The wind, there are some really windy days here in Vegas, maybe like 10 days out of the year where it's really windy, and maybe only one of those days. If you're not experienced riding in the wind, then it could be a problem. The good thing about the Oryx is it's a heavy wheel, so it is tall. If you have your pedals up high, it could be a problem where it's catching wind and maybe leaning too far to one side. It's not been an issue for me. I've lowered my pedals and I kind of wish I could just lower them a bit more, but it's almost perfect. I can scrape if I'm leaning too hard, but it's really difficult, and I feel like it's at the perfect level. I think my pedals are about the size. That's another positive of this wheel. In fact, most of this video is going to be about the positives. I do have some negatives, but none of those negatives are from me. They're from the other communities and me watching Oryx content from across the world. There have been some issues that are new that have cropped up, and we'll get into those, but mostly this is a love piece. I love this wheel. I am hyped for anyone getting this wheel. I recently received the new headlight, which has white lights instead of the red ones, which I'm going to leave the red ones on. I just figured out how to turn on the red lights. If I ever needed it, which I don't think I will, it's there. The main headlight is perfect, man. It's super bright. It's easily adjustable. A tip, if you're riding around pedestrians, maybe at nighttime and you don't want to blind them, you could point the light straight down and it still seems to give you enough illumination at low speeds to navigate around Lone Mountain or wherever you're going. I can even off-road with the light. It's really good. I like the light. I have no problems with the light, but Leapercam is taking care of me because some people were complaining about the red light, so they totally remade it for everybody, or at least maybe the Americans. Maybe for legal reasons you can't have red lights in the front, but I just don't turn on the red lights, so it's not a big deal. But I have the new light, and maybe I will put it on. I'm not sure. I also have the new suspension rods, which I got after I made this video, so I will likely be putting those on, but I'm not really having any issues with my suspension. You can see in this video that, man, it has some pretty smooth suspension. It is not the best suspension for jumping, and it isn't so easy to adjust. So I'm curious if there are any improvements with this new suspension, or if it's simply just better sealed so that it's not. I think the one issue people have had with it, major issue that people have had with it, is it leaks oil. I don't think this has been an issue for me, and I'm thinking this is the only issue that the new suspension rods have solved, is they just maybe sealed it better. I am curious though, because I had trouble adjusting it. It was a bit tough, so I'm curious if they fixed that and if it feels any different. So we'll be testing that. I will be putting on the suspension rods, but I don't know when, because it's fine. I have no problems with this wheel. I'm at 550 miles now. I'll likely be hitting 1,000 miles very soon. I would like to hit 2,000 miles before the race on October 12th, the Apple Valley race, in which case I might even race the Oryx, but I'm not sure about that. It could be a racing wheel. I think you could see in this video that I feel like I look good on this wheel. I feel natural. I can carve really nice with this wheel. I can corner very well with this wheel. I love the position of the handlebars for my body type. Like, I can sit on this wheel and it feels amazing. And the handlebars are great for braking, for accelerating, for helping you turn. It's like at the perfect level for that. Man, I really love the size of this wheel. Now, going high speeds, I do feel like it being a big wheel, it catches wind. It can be a bit harder to hit high speeds, but you feel super stable. I think it could safely hit 65. I have not made it beep yet, I'll admit to that. Should be trying to make it beep, but man, I'm just enjoying this wheel. I'm using it for what it's made to be used for mostly. Long distance trips, shredding off-road. I think it is a great off-road wheel, man. It's like I don't really notice the weight at all when I'm off-roading. Going up hills, sometimes going down hills, going down some big hills, you can notice the weight, but that's where the toe pads come in. You just lift your toes and you cruise down any hill, no problem. If you made it this far into the video, if you could take one moment of your time to hit that like button, leave a comment, maybe even share out the video, subscribe. Also, discount code ZENZONE is available. Works at eWheels, Alien Rides, OneRide.eu, Grizzly Pads, gets you a little discount, and you can hit that join button below to become a member of the channel. It's really hard for me to think of anything negative for this wheel. I really feel like it's a huge improvement. The negatives, I guess we can go ahead and get to those, are from other people. I saw the New Yorkers. It's one reason I kind of feel bad for Ronan, because he's trying to build up the community, do nice things for the community, and they had a head-on collision, which is just insane to me. The amount of not being in the Zen zone, not being aware of your surroundings, being drunk when you're riding someone else's wheel is just a huge, man. I feel bad for the New Yorkers, because Ronan, back in the day when I was working at eWheels, it got to the point where, and I think maybe this is even after, that nobody wanted to send wheels to New York because there was always some drama. So the dealers, manufacturers, they wanted nothing to do with New York, even though it's a big market, because of all the drama. Something always bad happened. So yeah, they stopped sending wheels. And then Ronan came along and slowly from nothing built up his YouTube channel, making amazing content. Got to the point where he was getting wheels sent to New York again, and he would bring those wheels at his own risk to these events. And sure enough, some drunk dude ran his Oryx into a Sherman L. Now the positive with this is that we can see that the Oryx maybe is not as durable as I was hoping, because the Oryx, after that head-on collision, I did not find any video of this head-on collision. I don't know at what speeds, but the speeds were enough to break off the pedal on the Sherman L, and those pedals were on pretty good, so they must have been going pretty quick. But it destroyed the Oryx, or at least, you know, the motherboard stopped working. I think with the pre-production motherboards, or the way it was shipped or something, man, this wheel just, it's not as durable as I thought it would be. I haven't crashed mine at all. I'm taking really good care of mine, so I don't know if it could be an issue. Like, if you crash, you're gonna need a new motherboard type of deal. The good thing is, if you buy it from a reputable dealer, I'm pretty sure you're gonna be taken care of, because this is definitely a warranty issue. If you crash and the board's dying that easy, I feel like it should be covered under warranty, even if it's a crash, even if it's a head-on collision, which is beyond the scope of what I think most normal warranties would cover. Be like, bro, you ran into another EUC head-on. And this is why New Yorkers can't have nice things, man. So that is perhaps a negative, is that it is not good for playing bumper cars with other electric unicycles. And maybe, I haven't confirmed this, maybe it will not hold up to a crash so well, the motherboard aspect of it. Maybe the motherboard won't hold up so well. Also, Psycho was doing some massive jumps at a skate park with his, and I think the motor bolts came loose, and he kept riding it, not realizing, he noticed there were some vibrations, but he kind of chalked it up to the firmware, because he saw other people were having those vibration issues. It's like, oh, it must be the firmware. Kept riding it. After the firmware, he still had the vibrations and kept riding it. Really, guys, if you notice something wrong with your wheel, you should stop riding it and figure out what's going on. Don't keep riding it. I think, a lot of people just ignore some preventative maintenance was a big thing in the Army. You repair your weapon and you take care of your weapon before going into combat, so that it doesn't jam up on you, so you don't have problems with it, so you don't get hurt. Same thing with your wheel. If you notice something's wrong with it, take some time with these wheels. The Leaperkin wheels, they're really easy to take apart. Only a super lazy person would not do so, right? Or maybe you're busy or something like that, but it's just crazy to me. You notice a problem with your wheel, all you gotta do is take off the battery packs, check the motor bolts. Oh man, they're loose after that jump, or I broke some motor bolts, or my suspension's leaking. You would notice that very easily. It would be like, if you have a drill, less than 30 minutes of work, and if you don't have a drill, it will probably take an hour to do the screws by hand. There is a lot of screws, but they're all the same size for the most part. That's another positive of this wheel. It's super easy to take apart, barely an inconvenience. Oh, and so Psycho kept riding it. He hit a speed bump going like 80 kilometers an hour. The wheel cut out on him. He fell on his back, just hurt his hands a little bit and his butt, but he's okay for the most part. The wheel, though, however, was not making some grinding noises, and it was turning on, but now is not turning on. So those are the two issues I've seen outside. And Marty and myself, Marty back and myself, we're just putting a lot of miles on this wheel and enjoying it. We're not doing silly things with it. We're using it for adventures. I'm using it for like all kinds of off-roading. I don't think Marty off-roads with his too much. With the street tire, I'm doing just fine off-roading. You can see in this video, I'm just blazing by. S22 behind me in this video, a Master Pro, which is definitely not a great off-road wheel, but Pope did a good job of keeping up with the Master Pro. The 4,800 watt Master Pro, and a Lynx. So yeah, I'm just shredding with this thing off-road. The big tire just makes you unstoppable. It feels like the suspension handles bumps and everything really well off-roading. I love it. Even this tire, man, I'm not slipping too much. You got to be careful. Let out a little bit of PSI. Definitely recommend some valve extenders. And that is my 550 mile review / thoughts on this wheel. Again, it is my favorite wheel. I love this wheel. If I didn't have it, I would miss it and try to get another one. The negatives aren't happening to me. They're not happening to Marty back. It's more people that are kind of using this wheel in a way that it's not meant to be used. In my opinion, that's not to say I don't appreciate those people conducting those tests so that we know for sure. That is what a pre-production wheel is for, is to look for strengths and weaknesses, identify the weaknesses, and fix those for the production model for you. If you guys enjoyed this sort of video, your like would really help me out. Your comment is much appreciated. Subscribing, sharing out the video, using discount code ZENZONE. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you are staying safe, wearing your safety gear, riding smart, and until next time, you know what to do. Stay in the zone.